DaVinci Resolve, tell me all about it. I've used it for color grading in the past when I was at uni. That was like the tool that my tutors and lecturers were like, use DaVinci Resolve for color grading your footage. And I just never did because, why would I? I know how Adobe works. Why would I want to use this?
So I'll start this off by being nice, I'll give it a win. I liked how deep the color grading stuff is, and I liked the layout, the way that the different parts of the edit are kind of broken up into different pages. I can see how if I was making a film, it would be very useful as a tool. That being said, I was incredibly frustrated by how needlessly slow simple things were. Like, as annoying as Premiere can be with its just like, today I think I'm gonna crash for no reason. I appreciate that there's things like a simple pen mask tool where you can just like, I need to just draw a shape and that's my mask and I need to do it right now. So you just grab a pen and you draw the mask and there you go. With DaVinci Resolve, it's like, oh, you have to go over to the Fusion tab and here's this node thing. You have to make a node and then you have to do blah, blah, blah. And every tutorial that I was looking at was 7 to 10 minutes long for simple stuff that I can do in 10 seconds on Premiere. And I went to the DaVinci subreddit and I was like, hello, I'm an Adobe, I'm like an Adobe refugee. I'm looking for help. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do, but I'm having trouble doing it. And they're like, oh, buddy. Oh, friend.
Welcome to the madhouse.
Yeah, welcome to the madhouse. So, like DaVinci, it did not crash once. Performance was great, but the video that I made about the fusion coils could have been out days earlier if it wasn't for how needlessly complicated it was. And I eventually had to just give up on certain things I wanted to do in that video because it would have just taken too long getting them done in DaVinci.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned masks. That's something that I've been experiencing. Well, I had experienced some trouble with in the Premiere Pro beta because they've added in that new, I think it's an AI enhanced like masking feature or something that like you click on like the pen tool and you can like click on. So it's kind of similar to how After Effects does masks. And I was trying to get like a very simple like Gaussian blur or something around the edges of one of the frames I was using in this video. And I opened up the Gaussian blur and I was like, where's the masking tool? Where did it go? Like what happened? Where is it?
That exact question was probably echoed by thousands of other people. The Premiere Pro subreddit was hilarious after that update.
Yeah.
Where's the masking tool? Where's the pen?
Where did it go? What happened? But I realized that you had to go to the new masking tool, the AI enhanced one, hold down your left click to find the usual like the pen tool, the rectangle, the circle, and then draw it in. And then it gets assigned as an unassigned mask at the top of your effects panel, which you then have to drag into the effect that you want to use. I'm like, no, f this off. I'm going to have to self-censor myself again. Like, it doesn't have to be that complicated. You can just keep the old masking tools in with the various effects and then have that as its own addition if you want to do more advanced masking. Like, oh, man. The shitification of editing software everywhere is ridiculous. It's just...
Yeah, they, like... they really... That was... Oh, my God. Premiere Pro has so many problems. But the masking tool was, like, definitely not one of them. It was fine exactly how it was.
Exactly. Like having the options for expansion, feathering, like just being able to drag it however you liked. Like that was all perfect. Perfect. Everything down to the last minute details. And then they went and stuffed that up. Like the new object masking, the intelligent object masking is really cool. And I think there is potential to use that in future videos for sure, which means I don't have to jump over to After Effects as much.
Option, though.
But yeah, as an option, not as the new standard.
Yeah,
that's the problem. That's the problem.
Like, if this thing is genuinely better than the old masking tool, and like the designers know it, and they know that we're wrong about resisting it. They've got to treat it like feeding a kid like, their greens. Like, you got to hide it in something, and you got to slowly introduce it to us. You can't just take away this thing that we're used to.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, giving a dog like their medication, you got to mix it in with the rest of the food so they don't notice as much. Whereas this was just like, you took all my food away and replaced it with something else. And you thought I wouldn't notice. Like I did, and I spent at least 30 minutes trying to find a tutorial on YouTube that explained what the hell happened. But instead it was just a bunch of people glazing the new tool. And I was like, I don't care about this. Just show me how to do the old thing, please.
I haven't even tried the new Premiere, because when I saw that they were taking away the masking tool and like swapping it out with something else, I was like, nope.
Yep.
It's like, no, thank you. I'm sticking with the old version.
Yeah. I think I might have to do like version hopping in future. Just go back to like the earlier 2025 versions and jump through to the 2026 versions when I need to do something that involves more complex masking. There are some pretty cool new transition effects in there, which I'm sure I will be using, and just new effects in general. But then they've also removed a whole bunch of them that were like really good. And they
removed some of the transition effects.
I think some of them, but also like standard video effects. There was one I was looking for the other day. Oh, what was it? Oh, I can't remember what it was called, but there was one I was looking for and it just didn't have it in the beta. And I thought it might've been like under the obsolete or legacy effects or something, and it just wasn't there. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I will have to find a new, extremely convoluted way to create this effect with a whole bunch of other ones. So thank you very much, Adobe. I can't remember what it was now. Damn it. I'll have to go back into my latest project file and figure out what it was, because it's in there somewhere. But anyway, any other little tiny annoying issues with DaVinci Resolve or Adobe that you want to get off your chest?
No, that's just it. Like I was shocked at how difficult it was to do really simple stuff, and I feel like if look, this isn't gonna matter. If anybody at DaVinci is listening, just shouting into the void, if you want to be a genuine competitive tool with like what Adobe is doing, because Adobe sucks and like we are desperate for something that we can jump ship to, like you gotta simplify some of the things for quick content creation. I appreciate that DaVinci is a really cool movie tool, an editing tool, but sometimes like we just need to draw a shape with a pen to create a mask. Like that's it.
It really do be that simple sometimes.
Yeah. So
anyway, welcome to episode 18 of Warthog Radio.
yeah. That's our cold open.
That is a cold open that Doctor Who would inspire to have. Like that is S tier cold open.
The Doctor just spending 10 minutes complaining about editing suites.
Yeah, and then suddenly you get So, first of all, before we kick off with the news and other things, how you been?
I've been pretty good. I've been dabbling a little bit in Marathon, which I guess if we have time at the end of this episode, we can chat about it.
Yeah.
Also been finally getting into Elden Ring.
Ooh.
Usually from software games that are not Bloodborne, what usually happens is it's like I need to just keep forcing myself to get through it because they never hook me in the beginning, ever. And once I pass this threshold, it's like an event horizon in a black hole. Like it's too late and I can't escape from it, and the game's got me. And I finally did that with Elden Ring. All these years later, I finally, passed the event horizon, and now I'm lost, deep and lost in Elden Ring.
No, that's excellent. That's good to hear. I myself personally have not played Elden Ring, but it's in my Steam library. I bought it. It's in there with a whole bunch of other stuff that I need to eventually get around and play, like the Mass Effect Legendary Edition and RoboCop Rogue City and Star Wars Battlefront 2, the new one, not the old one, Ready or Not. Like, there's a whole bunch of games that I need to get around to playing at some stage. But yeah, there's quite a backlog there.
You know how
good to hear getting into Elden Ring.
You could prioritize by playing the games that have Steam trading cards.
That way you can sell some else.
Get some freebies.
No, I'm all about getting them Steam points, getting the full card collection and stuff and upping my level a little bit. That's I went on a real big phase about that at one stage. And
really?
Maxed out the badge for the Master Chief collection. I don't know, it's kind of weird. You just sort of, for whatever cards that you don't have, you go to like a Steam marketplace and you can buy those additional cards for 6 cents, 10 cents, however much it is, depending on the game. And then you combine them all to make a badge. And the more of these cards that you rebuy and make the badge and level up the badge, it kind of goes up the different levels of progression, if that makes any sense. Like, it's more so for games, I think, that maybe Valve have made themselves. I feel like that's kind of how it's supposed to work, as opposed to other developers. But yeah, that's apparently how you get extra Steam points for your Steam level. It's a very weird system and not entirely the most clear cut, but that's how you do it.
Is it literally just bragging rights?
Yeah, pretty much. I think you might get some extra things like more friend list places and yeah, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's just number go up. It's like the stock market, We like to see number go up, but we don't really know why it goes up or how it goes up. It just goes up,
I had a couple of years ago, I didn't know what Steam trading cards were or what they were about at all until a few years ago when I learned you could sell them. So I had almost a decade of collecting Steam trading cards, and all of them, I completely cleared out my and I got a free $20 out of that.
Yeah, the Steam marketplace is more so for I think Counter-Strike skins more than anything else.
It's more for unregulated gambling.
Yeah,
and
it's
black
more
market
for
money laundering.
Borderline illegal activities that happen in a video game. That's that's kind of what it's there for. Yeah. But no, it's good to hear that you're getting into Elden Ring. It's on my list as well, and I'm sure at some point I'll get around to it.
Probably going to have to start getting back into the MCC and grinding it because I don't have any Spartan points, and they just surprise dropped an update.
Good segue. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yes,
I was proud of that.
Yeah. The MCC surprise update just randomly decided to update the exchange with a whole bunch of not new cosmetics, but ones that have been in the game for a while that people are now able to, I guess, more readily access compared to grinding through all the different previous seasons. I think there's 9 seasons of MCC content that was created. I think, trying to remember when the last one released. It was probably in 2022. But yeah, there's an update.
I think it was earlier. It was pre-Infinite.
Yeah,
right?
No, you're probably right. Yeah. I'm just going back through the the Steam posts on the MCC now to try and find when the last one was, and I've been scrolling for about 3 minutes, so that's probably not a good sign. But yeah, it's good that the MCC is getting a little bit of love. It's also going to tie into something else that I want to talk about a bit later. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I like it.
It's
the
not
MCC is it's getting a bit of love.
No bug fixes at all, which is annoying. Absolutely nothing about the code of the game has been touched. They just did a back-end tweak.
Yeah, but
it's cool.
A little bit of content.
Sign
a
of life.
Content. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just the seasonal stuff you can always return to in the MCC because MCC doesn't have microtransactions. So all those battle passes you can complete whenever you want. But it's also like those limited time things where you'd have maybe like a week to get this specific item, and then it was gone forever. Like I guess somebody over at Halo Studios remembered that there's a ton of cosmetic items that were only released once. And they flipped a switch, and now if you go over to the exchange on the Master Chief Collection, everything is there. Including that insane-looking Halo Online armor that has like the blue glowing stuff on it.
Oh, is it the Rhine one with the big gold horn on the helmet as well? Is it that one? Yeah. I mean, it's good that they carried that through, because obviously they did it for Infinite with its exchange. They added a whole bunch of stuff to that was previously unavailable or inaccessible or exclusive. So it's good that they've kind of done that here as well. But also, maybe leaves me with a slight question mark above my head, because I've noticed now that we've had 2 news updates for the MCC recently. There was one earlier in February, which was called the Mod Minute, which talked about like a mod within the MCC, which I think was Warthog Rally, which was made by Altus 94, who really talented mod creator, also created Mercury Rising, which is one of my personal favorites. So like it seems like, I love Mercury Rising, man. It's a banger. But yeah, it's interesting how they're giving a little bit more love to MCC now. And I'd imagine that these mod minutes are probably going to be something that'll continue for a little while. And, maybe some more updates. Because again, there is something that I want to get into a little bit later, which we will circle back around to when we get to another interesting major bit of news later. But yeah, I guess the other big thing in the Halo world is that the rumored release date for Campaign Evolved has been revealed. Somewhat, maybe. I think
you want to drop what people are saying?
Summer of 2026, which, being in Australia, I initially was like, oh yeah, awesome. So it's coming out in December. No. It's not. That's not how the world works. Because the world revolves around the United States of America.
Of course.
Yeah, it's coming out. I imagine summer for you guys is between May and August, I think.
I would say August, late August is like stretching it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm honestly, what I'm expecting by a summer release is like quite literally the last minute.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So like July, maybe June or July, probably most realistic time frame.
August, I think.
August.
I do think it's going to be the last minute because August is stretching it a bit. I think with the definition of what summer is, at least in my mind.
Yep. Yeah. You don't know of very many games that come out in August, though, do you? Like that's a kind of a release time dead slot.
September?
I feel like. Yeah, September's a bit more common. I mean, the Halo games, like when Bungie made them. Well, oh wait, hold on. No, Halo 3 and Reach came out in September. I'm pretty sure. But I don't know if there were many others that did. But yeah.
Destiny, I think, had a September release.
Okay, all right.
Maybe.
So, yeah.
Or at least Destiny the Taken King.
Yeah. Halo releases and stuff definitely used to fall, and Bungie releases used to fall in a different time slot than
This could just be
others.
copium, because I really don't want... Like, I get that Grand Theft Auto is like this looming, like, monster that everyone's scared of, but like I'm just, oh man, I really hope it's not a summer release, because I don't think what we played was, back at the HCS was good enough to have like, just 6, 7, 8 months left of development to it. It needed way more time in the oven.
Yeah, it does feel like we're kind of ramping up to another one of those potentially unfinished / unpolished releases again that 343 are kind of notorious for, which is not going to be a good look for the rebrand if they just happen to have their first major project release and it's more of the same that's happened before. That would really piss me off. And I think a lot of people, it'd just make, the past few years seem kind of meaningless in terms of, I don't want to say building. Well, I mean, they've done a little bit to build up some goodwill in the community, I feel like. Kind of rounding off Infinite's live service and adding in a whole bunch of stuff that people really wanted for a while. Actually, no, that's kind of about it. But
concluding Halo Infinite.
Yeah, concluding Halo Infinite, giving it somewhat of a decent send-off, the Viking funeral, as it were. It's still burning out at sea. I think the whole rebrand, the whole point was basically because, if we put 343 Industries' name on a box art, the game is probably not going to sell. Because the brand has just been tarnished so much by that. So to have a repeat of those same issues that kind of plagued that particular development studio would be really, really unfortunate. I was hoping that, November 2026 to coincide with the 25th anniversary of Halo would have been when they were going to release. Gives them over a year to figure out what it is they're doing, take the community feedback on board, and hopefully move the game in a direction that's maybe a little bit more aligned with what people were expecting. Yeah. But with just 6 months, potentially 6 months to release, I'm not sure how much of that they're going to be able to do.
I think that they sadly don't. This is going to sound kind of harsh. I don't think they care that much, because I think what they want from this rebrand is this is the vibe of Halo going. It's less about we're trying to faithfully remake Halo 1, and I think what they're trying to do is reboot the franchise with the first story in the series, with the direct, the aesthetic feel of Halo going forward. So get used to the way Halo 1 remake looks. That's kind of what Halo's art direction is going to look like for the next decade.
Yeah. I guess that kind of bums me out a little bit.
It's it's a branding thing, It's less of they don't understand the art direction of Halo 1. I think they definitely understand the art direction of Halo 1, and this was a deliberate choice to make Halo 1 look more like how Halo looks currently in the modern day.
I guess, look, I can see the points behind why they would want to do that, but at the same time, they did that with Combat Evolved Anniversary.
I know.
They updated it to look like how Halo did at the time.
And Combat Evolved Anniversary.
Yeah, why are we doing the same? Because I remember reading early on, that was either something that Rebs or someone else said from an insider in the studio. They talked about how, no one was particularly happy with Combat Evolved Anniversary. And that was one of the big takeaways from them, was to be if we're going to, let's correct the mistakes to an extent. And it just doesn't seem like that's happening. And to quote a excellent point that Favin made in one of his videos, Campaign Evolved does kind of feel like a product of convenience rather than a love or passion project, to the same extent that maybe the Resident Evil remakes have had. I think we were talking about in a previous episode how even down to the individual zombie models in the Resident Evil remake were something that was considered, the nuances between having that's the zombie with the hat. I remember him in this particular part in the original game, and they carried that through to the remake. Whereas, Campaign Evolved it's starting to feel and the game's not out yet. We don't know how it's going to be. It could be a Halo 2 level of assembling a cathedral out of a hurricane kind of dev push that gets the game into a state that is, very different to what we saw. But it does just feel like a slapdash of assets, animations, and whatever to kind of that vaguely resembles Halo 1.
It feels like a business decision.
Yeah, it does. That's what I was leaning towards. You summed it up.
Yeah. I was saying on a stream the other day the same thing. And that's not to say that, at worst, I think this remake will just be good. It'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah. It'll be serviceable.
I would like it to be excellent, but at worst, I think it's just going to be good. And I think it will ultimately not overtake the original game, or there won't be like serious discussions about which game is better. Like at the end of the day, the original game will come out as the more historically important thing. And I just sort of wish that this remake, they aimed a bit higher.
Yeah.
And that's what gives it that corporate feeling that like this is definitely a business decision to quickly remake the original Halo game with some assets, get something out the door, revitalize the brand a little bit, onboard a bunch of new players by remaking the first game in the series.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if it continues down the path that we think it's going to go down, I'm not sure if that'll open the door for more potential remakes in future.
It will. Which I've heard that 2 and 3 are already happening, dependent on the performance of Campaign Evolved.
Yeah, again, big part is the performance. I don't know, because at the end of the day, while it's all well and good to try and make a game to captivate a new audience and bring new people on board, like the people who are shouting the loudest are going to be Halo fans.
Mm-hmm.
And whether we like it or not, whether Microsoft likes it or not, I think those opinions are going to hold a lot of weight. Not to blow smoke up our asses as content creators, but people are genuinely interested in hearing about what the community has to say. And if a big chunk of those longtime Halo fans are looking at this and going, well, it's not as good as the original, it's fine, or worst case scenario, it's cheeks, then I don't know how that's going to fare in terms of bringing new people on board. Like, it's just people, again, like the public consciousness is just going to slowly drift towards negativity if enough voices are shouting into the void with negative opinions. That's just kind of how things go, as grim as it sounds. But
I feel like a lot of the success is going to come from how it does on the PlayStation side of things and how it's going to perform with, like, what I'm anticipating is going to happen is a majority of the sales are going to come from people who have kids now, who have families, and are like, oh crap, Halo, I played that in college. They're remaking it and it's on PlayStation now. Yeah. And then they buy it.
I'll give it to little
with
Timmy for Christmas.
Well, no, they buy it for themselves and they play it with their kids because it's going to have couch co-op.
Right.
And
I didn't. Yeah.
That's going to be primarily what I think. It's going to be like, it's not, there aren't going to be people that are like, oh my God, Halo 1, It's mostly going to be people who are nostalgic for Halo 1 that are going to be buying it. And I don't know if that's, I don't know how, gosh, it's a crazy risk they're taking.
Yeah.
By not being risky, I hope it pays off for them.
The most risky non-risk ever in the history of risks. That it is one of the risks of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's that. That's going to be coming out in summer. For those of us who are maybe a little bit more steeped in lore and fandom, they are doing a re-release of the first 3 Halo novels.
What interesting timing.
Yeah.
After we yapped a bit about First Strike.
Yes, yeah, I was about to say that does seem coincidental. But Fall of Reach, The Flood, and First Strike by Eric Nyland and, oh God, who wrote The Flood? Something Dietz. I can't remember his first name. Let me look it up real quick because I feel bad. William C. Dietz. They're all getting
C. D's.
William C. D's.
It was like a fire alarm. Like just like a bad kid in a school who sees the fire alarm and just pulls it without a hesitation. That's the most impulsive thing I think I've done this year so far.
Oh, man.
I don't know what came over me.
Bro saw the lever and just had to pull it.
Or just without thinking. Oh my god.
That was so good. Oh man, that was funny. Oh man. All right, let's
reorient ourselves.
So yeah, the Fall of Reach, the Flood, and First Strike are going to be coming to a new omnibus edition. That's essentially a big old Chungus book. God, who's saying Chungus in the year of our Lord 2026? I need a that's getting cut. Chungus. But yeah, it's a great big old book with those three in it. It's got some new awesome cover art by Isaac Hannaford, who was formerly a concept artist and just artist at Bungie. You would have known his work. It's all over the shop. It's everywhere. You see it on manual covers, and like he also recently did, I think, the vinyl releases of the Halo soundtracks. He did the cover arts for those. So yeah, it's apparently going to be having some updated corrections and edits. Whatever that means. I'm assuming that there's going to be some slight tweaking to certain things to make them better fit within some updates and changes to the lore that have happened over the years. There's apparently new adjunct stories, again, whatever that means. And I'm sure it'll look good on a shelf, you know, next to my my Halo Deluxe Edition encyclopedia. I'm sure it'll look real good next to that. Part of me is also wondering if they'll also redo the audiobooks, because those were recorded donkeys years ago. The guy who's reading them can't pronounce Mjolnir properly. And very recently they did the audiobook, full cast audiobook for Edge of Dawn with Steve Downs and Jen Taylor. I think this is a great opportunity to do that again. So fingers crossed, maybe that's an announcement in the future.
It's the new design. Yeah, I'm looking at the artwork right now. It's the new design for Cortana.
Yeah. I was more so struck by Captain Keyes' insane jawline.
Yeah, Captain Keyes looks... Oh my god, that guy looks really cool.
Captain Giga Keyes. He's just...
very broad chest.
Yeah. Good to see you, Master Chief. Things weren't going well, but now they are. I flexed my pecs and the Covenant left. Like, that's the kind of vibes he gives off.
Strong grip you got, sir.
Crushes Chief's hand.
Yes.
Man, the Flood ain't infecting this man. He would not let that happen.
No, he'd eat the Flood for breakfast. He looks so nuts on the cover art.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Could this be possibly what some of these characters are gonna look like in the remake?
I think there's a pretty high possibility of that being the case. Initially, I thought it might have been a younger Keyes because Fall of Reach does show him and Halsey together like early on. But yeah, I think given the uniform, I think this is depicting him as he will be in Campaign Evolved, I think. Because, I mean, like, Isaac's done a pretty spot-on job of getting the armor for Chief right, as it appears in Campaign Evolved. And also that version of Cortana looks very similar to a piece of art that was done and released last year to coincide with the announcement of Campaign Evolved. So
her, like, hologrammy, like, line work and stuff is asymmetrical, which is interesting.
Yeah, not sure how I feel about that. Now that you've pointed that out, I'm not going to be able to unsee that.
I noticed that before, that they're doing like an asymmetrical thing, which, hey, maybe it could work.
Yep. Could.
I don't like, and I still continue to not like the like realistic looking Bob that Halo 4 introduced for Cortana that the franchise has just like not gotten away from.
Yeah, I kind of wish that. Look, I get wanting to keep the art style consistent, but man, like they set up Cortana being purple in Halo Infinite again. Like, make her purple, dude. Make her purple and give her the Will Byers bob cut. I need that back. And the middle part.
the crazy spiky hair.
Yeah. And like have it grow throughout the course of the games, you know, like she's updating her appearance or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Like that version of Cortana was peak, in my opinion. It's just like such an interesting little oddity about Combat Evolved that never really comes up again.
You know, somebody blew my mind the other day about Cortana changing colors in Halo 1.
Okay. All right.
He said the reason Cortana turns green when Chief puts her into the console is because she's projecting her hologram out using the tech that projects the like interface for the Forerunner console, which is also green.
Oh.
So she's
yeah.
Yeah, she's using Forerunner holograms to manifest herself. That's why she's the same color as the control activation thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because for the longest time I thought that was just like they're making her look slightly more scary because she's, you know, she's interfaced with this Forerunner stuff. And I know that there was an idea very early on that Bungie were considering about like making her go kind of a little bit crazy, a little bit rampant maybe, but like the OG Bungie description of rampant as opposed to what it ended up becoming later on, which is a whole different story. But yeah, that's an interesting way of thinking about that.
Yeah, and
I like that.
I'm looking at it. Her eyes are orange, which is the exact same color as some of the detail accents in the Forerunner holograms. So that's totally what they were supposed to be doing.
I wonder if that's something, because they didn't do that in CEA, did they? Like, I know that they didn't. No. I know they had like some extra colors running through Cortana, but I don't think that because it was just the reused Halo 3 model, wasn't it? Like, I don't think they went to that depth. But I wonder if they will for the remake.
Awkwardly
we shall wait and
stitched
see.
up to the Combat Evolved animations.
Yeah, again, very strange for them to do mocap work for Chief, but not redo it for Cortana. Yeah. Oh, that fucking game, man.
So here's something that's kind of interesting that I'm wondering. Like, this thought just kind of like it dawned on me right now. Looking at some of this artwork, I forgot who it was. Maybe it was Rebs who reported it. Somebody around said that they had heard the Combat Evolved remake is going to act as a hub for future remakes. So when the Halo 2 remake, releases, it might be basically DLC for the it'll basically be like Warzone.
So like we're getting Master Chief Collection 2 Electric Boogaloo before Grand Theft Auto 6. That's crazy.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And I wonder if that might also be the motivating factor behind this kind of like unified aesthetic that they're going for. Like, these remakes are not supposed to feel like faithful remakes of the original games. They're modernized retellings of the original games with modern Halo branding. It's so that when you jump from Halo 1 to Halo 2, it feels like it takes place directly after Halo 1 and not like a completely different video game with a completely different, like, tone and aesthetic goal and creative choices.
Okay. All right. I can see some I can see some promise in that, I suppose.
But not the way I would have handled the project.
No, neither. Definitely not. Like, I see the vision, but I don't think that's...
If that's what the vision is.
If that's what the vision is, yeah. Big caveat there. Grain of salt, all the rest. I think that so much of the charm of the original Halo trilogy is that each game is so distinctly different from one another, but still manages to toe the line and look like a Halo game. If that makes any sense. Like just blending them all together and making them look similar to one another is just kind of robbing each title of its identity to an extent. Like I really like the fact that Halo 2 does not look anything like Halo 1. But at the same time, there are enough core pillars there that make me look at it and go, yeah, it's still a Halo game. Like it's still got the guy in the green armor and the Marines are still kind of bulky, chunky, and have those funny looking helmets and whatever else. And the guns are still like familiar enough, you know, from how they were in Halo 1, but just with a few extra polygons. I like that. And I don't know if just chucking the asset blender on forever and putting the old games into them and then seeing what comes out the other end is going to be a particularly good strategy. I mean, at least not from where I'm standing as a long-term fan.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Because I also think like, it's usually like the signs of like franchise death. If you start circling back around to how it all began and you kind of hover around that for too long. I think of like Terminator. Like, unfortunately, Terminator kind of went down in flames as a franchise in very much the same way. Because
it just kept coming back to, you know, the events of the first movie or the second movie. Like every Terminator sequel post T2 was just Terminator 2 again, but with a slightly different robot.
Yeah. And the recent Terminator movie, I can't even remember the name of it. And then Netflix is not renewing a Terminator anime that was made because of low viewership. So it's only getting one season.
Oof. Yeah. I didn't know that. But yeah, like,
this is possibly what they're thinking. This is what maybe is going on. What I'm thinking is, okay, MCC, they're clearly never going to do anything with that ever again. Maybe what they're thinking is that, okay, like new Halo studio, they've got probably a multi-year plan in place. They're definitely working on the next multiplayer project, probably figuring out where they're going to take the story post Halo Infinite. But the idea is that, like, okay, now everybody is on PlayStation 5, new Xbox consoles, and all of that. So let's get the entire trilogy feeling modern and all unified under this new aesthetic that feels very modern. And just kind of like let this all be like everything under 343 Industries. Let's kind of leave in the past, and going forward, let's just focus on Halo Studios output.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you want to know how Halo began? Get this the Halo Campaign Evolved remake, which will eventually be a Halo Trilogy remake if DLC add-ons are indeed the plan. So like, that's how you know that it began. Get it for your PS5. You want to play the multiplayer? Get the multiplayer project. The next campaign is coming out. Where it goes next? Okay, we'll get that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of, that reminds me a lot of Pierre Hintz's quote about changing the recipe a little bit. Maybe that's what he was alluding to.
Yeah, I was thinking of what you said, breaking up the different parts of a Halo game into their own packages.
I think that's probably what's going to be the case going forward, for better or worse. I mean, I don't want to circle back to the remake again, but it just does seem really disappointing that, you know, if we are going to be getting a remake of Halo 2 and Halo 3, probably not going to have the multiplayer, and also probably just going to be like this, look the exact same or maybe slightly different to Campaign Evolved. That's a bit of a bummer, not being able to see like the art style kind of evolve in a similar way.
Yeah, treating them as just like branding elements and not creative works of art.
Yeah. That's that struck a nerve with me. That makes me that makes me angry. That makes me frustrated. I don't like this. I don't like the way this is going. I want to get off this train, man.
I mean, if it works, it works. And worst case scenario is the remake is just good, and the original game is still the one everybody's going to talk about when they say Halo 1.
It's still there, and it's still on MCC.
Yep.
And
worst case scenario is this remake will have been kind of pointless. So, like, there won't be any damage done.
And people go back to the MCC, maybe, mayhaps, but like this is circling back. This is circling back. This is the greatest segue of all time. You're gonna okay, just wait for it.
Okay.
This isn't gonna make sense at first.
All right.
So the other big piece of news that came out the last few weeks is Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond are leaving Xbox. So I will give a brief overview of that, and I'm sure that we will have opinions on it. But essentially, for those who don't know, Phil Spencer was at Microsoft for almost 40 years. He was leading Xbox for 12 years. He's the one who introduced Game Pass. I think he was the guy behind the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, for better or worse. And I think he was kind of the guy who a lot of people looked at and saw as, the savior of Xbox post the Don Matrick bullshittery that happened in, I think it was E3 of 2012, which has permanently tainted the Xbox brand with the announcement of the Xbox One. Like, they have still not recovered from that. Like, it's still like it's still a mark. And Sarah Bond as well. Her exit was maybe a bit of a bigger surprise, as it felt like maybe Phil was kind of going to pass the role on to her at some point in the future. But instead, there has been a changing of the guard, as it were, with Asha Sharma and Matt Booty. Again, another unfortunate surname after William C.D. Snarks.
Fucking Booty.
Yeah, so like, I mean, if dude fucks it up, he is going to be known as Matt Cheeks forever. Like,
yeah,
that's
oh my
just...
God.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a funny butt pun.
Like, you don't need to. It's literally just his surname. Like, it's
this dude keeps farting around, Mr. Matt Booty. Fucking dude's name is Booty.
We're fucking 12, man. Like, they're gonna when we get to Halo Fest, they're gonna put a bag over our heads and just like lure us away and be like, you can't be saying these rude things on the internet.
Oh my God, I can't, like, every E3, when E3 was a thing, when they're like, now introducing whatever of Xbox, Matt Booty. He's just on stage. I'm like, come on! Is nobody gonna laugh? Nobody in the audience.
All the soulless drones in the audience start clapping profusely. Not a single laugh. Like
nobody is going to point at him and laugh.
His parents must have loved him.
The booties.
We're going over to the Booties' house for dinner. You want to come?
We're taking a vacation with the Booties.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh. Again, composure. Adult.
Yeah, we're adults. We're mature.
But his last name's Booty. Like, come on. You can't make it up. Oh. I'm trying to breathe.
Oh my God.
That was a real knee slapper, that one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Asher Sharma and Matt Booty are now I'm just going to call him Matt, and
Yeah.
Matt are the heads of Xbox now. So there is that. But the interesting thing, I said but, and his name's Booty. God damn it. I keeps coming back to that. The interesting thing that I noticed about their photo that was taken kind of announcing them as the new heads of Xbox is that they are very clearly in what looks like a Halo Studios like playtest room. There's a whole bunch of monitors and consoles set up. And on the background of all the monitors is the Master Chief Collection, which is like, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Why is it that? Why is it not like, say, the front page menu of Campaign Evolved, which we know what it looks like now. We've seen the menu. Like, there's a full playthrough of it. Why is it not that? And then I looked a little more closely, and I realized that, I mean, you can see it in the chat here, but the Master Chief Collection menu screen looks like it's been photoshopped onto each of these monitors behind them.
Oh my God.
Like, just look at the one, like, third from the left, the one in between Matt and, oh my God, I've forgotten her name already. That's so bad. How have I done this? Matt and Asha.
Just say Sarah Bond.
But
oh my God, you're totally right. You're totally right. They're
photoshopped in. It's photoshopped in. Someone's done a really shitty job photoshopping it in because it's way like
the monitor's out of it.
It's out of focus, but the menu is in focus. Like, that's just how camera lenses work. They've clearly shot this on like an f2.8 or something, like a 50 mil. And just by the very nature of how the focus works, that's out of focus, but the menu is perfectly in focus. So what were they covering up? You never know. Or maybe there was nothing on the monitors to begin with, and they just thought, let's put, like, why the Master Chief Collection, though? Why'd they put the Master Chief Collection on there? I don't know. Maybe I'm crashing the fuck out because one of my favorite games is just, like, potentially going to be left to the graveyard to rot forever. But, like, maybe it means something. I don't know.
Yeah. There's just that cynical part of me that is like, no. But the fact that it's photoshopped means it was a deliberate choice to place that game on the monitors.
For one reason or another, either because they were covering something up or they wanted to look like there was something Halo related there. And for whatever reason, their choice was, not the most recent live service game, not Halo Infinite, not the menu for the game that is going to be coming out soon that everyone already knows what it's going to look like, but the Master Chief Collection. Why'd they do that?
There's this strong focus with Halo Studios, like minus, like the weird little like renders, like 25th anniversary celebration or is it 30th?
25th.
25th.
We're not
like
that
where
old.
It's like, oh, that's cute. They set up some models. Like outside of that, it feels like as far as like the products go, there's this heavy push of like, the Bungie games were good, right? You guys really liked those Bungie Halo games, right? Like, they're when they were panning the camera through all the various Halo games in like the discussions about like what Halo Studios is about or whatever, and they're only showing the Bungie Halo games. The Halo remake, they're not redoing the music; they're using literally the original soundtrack from 2001. It feels like they're trying to not remind people of 343 Industries originals.
Yeah.
Like the MCC is the collection of Bungie Halo games.
You know what it reminds me a lot of? It reminds me a lot of circa 2015 when The Force Awakens was announced. It reminds me a lot of that and how like all the marketing and everything was about, we're going back to, practical effects. We're going back to the original trilogy. All the movies
like the Clone
that you
Wars
loved
did not exist anymore.
Yeah, prequel trilogy, never fucking heard of her. But the originals was like all it was about. It reminds me so much of that. And I might be thinking a little bit too far ahead here, but like, what happens if in 5-10 years time from now, there's a whole generation of Halo 4, 5, and Infinite stands who grew up loving those games and are suddenly like, I want representation in my big sci-fi franchise.
Oh, well, 343 Industries took so long making games that by the time those people grew up, Halo Infinite was already on like year 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Of their live service. So I think as far as those people are concerned, like, you know, I hope you like that Buck armor in the Infinite exchange.
Yeah, I hope you like Buck, Locke, Vale, and Shinobi.
You know, Fireteam Osiris.
Yeah.
I think they're totally trying to be like, guys, we get it. We're not going to mess up Halo. Okay, look, it's the Halos you like.
And then in the same breath be like, hey, it's the Halo that you like, but also it's not.
Yeah, it's the Halo you like, but we completely changed the art style.
Yeah, and the gameplay and just like how things work and the animations and the sounds. But it's like, hey, you know, because the music is the same, guys. Remember the music?
At least the music's the same.
Yeah. That's a very oh man, we're so jaded.
I'm doing it mostly in jest because I do like understand what they're doing and I do appreciate it to an extent. Like there is some jadedness, but I'm also not like dooming about it, you know? I'm like, it'll be fine.
What are your thoughts and feelings about old mate Phil leaving Xbox and the new leadership? Because you know, I just wanted to blitz through that quickly so I could get to that segue about the Master Chief Collection, but I'm interested to know how you feel about that.
Oh man, so a lot of the dialogue. So Phil Spencer, I feel like, he does seem like he was a genuine gamer. He liked playing video games. He enjoyed them. He liked gaming culture. People have nothing but good things to say about him. And it's unfortunate that he was the face of Xbox. Like, I don't think Xbox failed because of his leadership. I think he was just basically given the keys to a boat that was sinking. And all he did was make it sink not as quickly.
Yeah, they dropped him on that boat with a roll of duct tape and said, there you go, have at it.
I don't think that there was a way he could have saved Xbox. And I think that there's been some like industry analysts that I've been following. There's a channel, actually, it's like the channel's an abbreviation of something, so I can't even remember the name off the top of my head. But basically the analysts there are fairly spot on with their predictions for where gaming is going. And what they were saying was that this is like the Xbox One and PS4 were pretty much the last traditional console cycle. And going forward, what we're going to see are these incremental upgrades to stuff that is backwards compatible, and eventually we're going to get to a point where you don't even need a console anymore. Like, it's going to be a controller you sync to your TV, and you just play the game from your TV. Like, that's where gaming will be 30 years from now, is just consoles are a novelty for enthusiasts, and most people game from their TV. So Phil Spencer probably, they probably have very smart people behind the scenes who are telling Phil Spencer the exact same thing. So he's like, shit, we got to pivot and prepare for this future that gaming is going in. Because kids aren't buying consoles. They're not interested. They just want to play Roblox on their phone. People just want to play games on their phone, their iPads and stuff like that. So see if we can get that console experience to them and make it so you have to buy less and less actual hardware. But Phil Spencer is gone, probably because, the actual, like, studios that are propping up the Xbox brand, the ones that are making the games and stuff, like, none of that is really coalescing. He wasn't able to get all these different teams together to start putting out banger products. It's really just, like, Game Pass and xCloud that seems to be going off without a hitch. And so he's gone. Sarah Bond is gone. I don't know much about her. I don't care. And now this new person is here. And all she said was stuff that contradicted itself. She's like, we want to bring Xbox back to its roots. That means focusing on consoles. And also, we want to break down the barriers for how you play games. And it's like, but I thought you just said consoles are the... Like, I get very, very clean, very sanitized, very corporate. I'm not sold. That's what I'm saying.
No, neither. I'm, yeah, it does seem like...
She was like, people at Xbox are telling me things like Renegade and stuff. It's like, you're the CEO and you have to get a vibe for what the brand was from other people telling you what it... Like, you're not just immersed in this culture?
Yeah. I mean, surely you'd hope you'd kind of know that going into it, maybe. It does... Her appointment does feel a bit... it does feel like she was kind of leapfrogged into that position to an extent. It kind of felt like maybe Sarah Bond had been kind of trained up to maybe go into Phil's role at some point. I mean, she'd been at Xbox for many years, kind of helping to shape the brand. And then suddenly someone else just kind of gets dropped in. And
her just like leaving unceremoniously, Sarah Bond, like not even like a goodbye from her personally. It's just like she just leaves.
Yeah. It just seems very, very hastily done. And I think a big reason of that was that Microsoft from the top down were looking at Xbox and going like, yeah, this isn't working. We've just got to clean house and try again. When in actual fact, I don't necessarily think it was entirely just on the shoulders of Phil and Sarah. Like, obviously they are leaving a complicated legacy behind. But in saying that, I don't necessarily think that they were the only ones to blame for that. I'm sure they were working to the best of their abilities to implement the changes and things that were being dictated to them from the top down. I think that just throwing the baby out with the bathwater is probably not the best play, especially given Ash's background of coming from Microsoft's core AI division, and Meta and Instacart, rather than game development.
That's what really rubs me the wrong way, is looking at the history, and it's like all of these terrible things.
Yeah. I mean,
oh my god, and her promise of no AI slop. It's like, but here's the thing. It's not AI slop if you don't think your AI slop is AI slop.
Yeah.
I could have said that a little bit better. Hang on, let me rephrase that. The key to diluting yourself is to not think you're making AI slop.
Right. Okay. So almost like the AI slop echo chamber, almost, or like the non-AI slop echo chamber.
I am sure that she does not think they're making AI slop. I believe that much.
Okay. No, I think you've got a point there. Yeah. Okay.
Like all of these AI people, like they think what they're making is genuinely revolutionary in the AI space. And it's like, no, you all suck. You're all doing the same thing and it sucks. Yeah, I don't trust her saying that they're not going to make AI slop, because I think all these AI companies delude themselves into thinking they're not making AI slop.
Yeah.
Like Nadella or Nutella or whatever his name is, the new Bill Gates of Microsoft. That's just his job title. You're the new Bill Gates. Him calling AI cognitive enhancement tools.
Oh god, the pretentiousness of it. It's just
they're all like, not to loop back around to booties, but they're all whiffing their own farts. Like they're
And when given the nature of the AI bubble that is becoming more and more evident by the day, Yeah, that is kind of what it is. It's just a circle of people smelling their own farts. Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah, I just...
That booty.
Yeah, booty. Fucking guy. It's hilarious that he's in the picture with her and with the MCC photoshopped into the background poorly.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I just something about it rubs me the wrong way. I don't think this is going to bring about this Xbox renaissance people are expecting. I'm expecting that this is the beginning of the end.
Yeah,
proper.
I think I've seen more negative than positive about this. I think the big thing that I just immediately thought when looking at this was, can a leader from the AI division truly prioritize art made by humans when the parent company is so obsessed with things like Copilot integration and just all this other crap? I just don't think that I don't think that the priorities are in the right place here. And the more that Xbox tries to do something different or pivot to a different angle or whatever it is, it all just comes back to 2012, man. It all just comes back to 2012 and that initial Xbox One reveal that has just tarnished the brand so much that no matter what they try and do, I just don't think it's coming back from that.
The image of Don Matrick, that asshole. That
just
asshole.
saying TV on stage and just fucking blowing it, man. The Xbox 360 was such an incredible console. Just, not even from a hardware perspective, just the very nature that thing had just so many banger games on it, incredible attention to detail for its UI and menu, just so many different features and innovations, the party chat system, Xbox Live, how that was integrated, all these different things. And you just, you replace it for a Windows 8 machine. I don't know how you can fumble the bag that poorly. It's gotta be one of the worst ball drops in history, aside from, one of the games of Oddball that I played circa 2019 on the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
But that's not the point. The point is that this is just, it's more than something that needs to be studied. It needs to be a chronological timeline of events. There could easily be 100+ points on that timeline that just show this gradual disintegration of one of the most cherished brands in modern culture. I don't see how there's a comeback for Xbox, quite frankly. Sure, they can move towards the whole cloud computing thing and keep going down the path of everything is an Xbox.
This is a bento box.
Yeah.
This is a cat box.
This is a sushi box. All right, I ain't playing fucking Halo on that.
Why aren't you all laughing? Why aren't you laughing? It's American West Coast millennial tech bubble humor. Isn't that still hip?
It is. It is exactly that. It is millennial humor. It's, oh God. Yeah. I don't know. I see my Xbox Series X on my desk gathering dust with the only point of it ever being to play games backwards compatible. That is the only reason I have it now.
Our Xbox is a Twitch machine and a YouTube machine.
Oh, yeah. Understandable.
I've got so many games on it, but I need Xbox Live for it. And I'm not paying for they don't even have Xbox Live anymore. It's Game Pass. Standard.
Game Pass Core.
Yeah, Game Pass Core. And I'm what if I just gave you $5 a month to play online? What if that was it? That's all I want. I don't need the extra games. I just want to play some of my games online.
Yeah, I don't want your games.
Game Pass, so much value.
Well, yeah, maybe like fucking 5 years ago, but now I just, after the price hikes and just everything else moving to a subscription payment method, I don't have time for Game Pass. Like it's too much choice. It's the same problem with every other streaming service. Is that it's too much choice, but not enough, because everything is compartmentalized between these different streaming services. But also there's so many options that you just can't find the time to invest in all of them. Like Game Pass was a novel idea when it first happened, but now that everyone's doing it and everyone's hopped on the subscription bandwagon, like it's just I don't care for it. I don't have the time or the money or the effort.
Yeah, like it. And there's Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 is currently it's on Game Pass and stuff, and people are saying, why don't you just play it via Game Pass? Because I want to take the new PC for a spin. And I don't want Game Pass. I would prefer to own it myself. Like I want to have like that attachment to it of like I've purchased it. I don't want it to just be like content in a sea of content for a subscription service. Like it devalues, I guess, a little bit of it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I've gone through a big kind of phase recently of procuring a whole lot more physical media than I did even just a couple of years ago. I think it's almost like a stick it to the man kind of mentality that I have. Like I'm just getting really sick of seeing shows and movies that I enjoy watching and frequently revisit just disappear off platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Like very recently, I think Top Gear, the original series, Clarkson, May, and Hammond was all on Amazon Prime, and it just fucking disappeared one day. And the only thing that was left was like the new version and the Australian version and Grand Tour. And I'm like, okay, you guys have got Grand Tour on there, but not the show that kind of leads directly into it. Why is that? Why does the ownership for all these things keep changing, keep fluctuating? Like it's almost like keeping up with patches and updates for video games nowadays. It's almost a second job in order to keep track of everything that's changing and coming and going and moving between all these different platforms and stuff. And also, yeah, like you said, I just value if there is a film or a television series or a game that I really enjoy, I like being able to pay that little bit extra to get the Steelbook, get the 4K release, whatever it is, to have that and cherish it and feel like I'm, voting with my wallet, as it were, to be like, yeah, I enjoyed this thing, so you guys get a little bit extra of my money for it, as opposed to the roundabout way of paying for a streaming service. And, if Spotify's method of paying its creators is anything to go by, they get pennies on the dollar for the streams that they get. So yeah, it's an unfortunate move in a direction that I will continue to fight till my last breath. I will be buying physical media. If I can find a copy of Campaign Evolved, a solid copy, I'll buy it. Even if it's not great, I'll buy it just to be like there, just so I can look at the shelf behind me and see the physical copy of every single Halo game there. That's what I will do.
Dude, we both know that the only physical copy is going to be on the PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah. It is. I don't even own a PlayStation.
Yeah, they're that Xbox physical copy is going to be nowhere.
That is going to be so fucking weird to turn around and look at this shelf of games behind me that all have the green Xbox branding, and just at the end,
single white box.
Yeah, just on the far right, it's just the blue and white, just with Halo along the spine. Like it's going to be so weird. So weird.
Yeah, PlayStation is now like, if you want a real console, or if you want a real gaming experience. No, if you want like the traditional like AAA whatever, like PlayStation. And if you want, like, the Nintendo, you get a Nintendo.
Yeah.
Xbox is just like a weird streaming thing now.
It just doesn't, it has its niche, but it doesn't work in the same, it doesn't have the same charm that Nintendo and PlayStation have.
Well, yeah, Xbox has no personality.
Yeah.
It got rid of a lot of that in the transition to the Xbox One.
Yeah, it just doesn't, like, it fills a niche, but is it the niche that I mean, like, I think back to when the Xbox first came out, and it was that, again, like the renegade, the underdog, the weird kind of almost spooky console, you know, like it was edgy. You'd almost think that would be...
It was like counterculture, the vibe it gave off.
Exactly. You'd almost think that would be the upset to the industry, and it would remain that way going forward to the point where now it would still be the console of choice, and it would be still doing that, like maintaining that level of counterculture into the future. But PlayStation swooped in and did it. Like, they, at the time, there was that negative stigma surrounding them of being, you know, Sony being too corporate and too clinical and too cold, and yet now they've got the monopoly on it. It's kind of an upset to see that transpire the way it has. It's like watching a really good friend of yours from college who was like, he was out there with like piercings and like really crude tats, and had like his tongue split in two,
and he was really good at guitar. Really good at guitar.
He used to fucking shred Master of Puppets, and you just know it. You know, Iron Maiden was his favorite band.
Yeah.
He used to have like vinyl records, and he used to go to Blockbuster and get like a VHS of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and eat pepperoni pizza on the couch on a Friday night. Like, that was Xbox.
Yes.
That was the boy. And then bro got a corporate job. He got rid of the piercings. He put on a suit. He like completely different guy. It's just, it's tragic.
Yeah, the spark, that twinkle of life in his eye, it's gone. You don't see it anymore.
Nothing behind it. It's like seeing, like, I imagine an Eddie Munson from Stranger Things kind of character, just like putting on a suit and getting a haircut. Like, that's the kind of, you know, the kind of change that Xbox has undergone. And it sucks, man. It sucks. Well, so many good memories.
There is a broader issue with counterculture, which is, you know, maybe some of it is that basing your brand around counterculture in a specific time period is, you know, it's inherently going to age out of relevance, because during the 2010s, I think it's safe to say that honesty, that grit, that edge of the 2000s, you know, like Y2K that people say, like by 2010, the counterculture had kind of shifted into like irony. Like, think of like why everyone hates MCU jokes now. Like, back then, they were hilarious, that it's like, oh, your name's Otto Octavius because you're Dr. Octopus? That's a weird name. Like, just constantly making fun of yourself and pointing out how stupid things are. Like, there was a time period where that was the counterculture.
Yeah, back in the old days.
Yeah, like the counterculture isn't just like, look, they're riding a skateboard. That's counterculture. The riding the skateboard thing was counter to what the culture was at that time. Like,
and eventually it kind of becomes the culture because it was the counterculture.
It gets boring. It gets mainstream. Everybody's doing it. And now cynicism is counterculture. Like, laughing at how stupid things are. Like, pointing out, like, you know, how dumb this is going to be crazy. But I'm going to use Sonic the Hedgehog, the blue guy, as an example.
And, cue up the gameplay real quick.
Yeah, the gameplay, Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, he was born in the 90s. Mario was cute family fun. Sonic the Hedgehog was envisioned as counterculture to Mario. So he's edgy, cool, spiky, mohawk like quills. And that carried into like some of the early 3D games as well. They were very like one of the Sonic games had a branding deal with soap shoes, which were like they were kind of like Heelys, but they were designed for like grinding down, you know, flights of stairs, the railings on those. Like, it's so cool. It's too cool for school, dude. But by the 2010s, that wasn't like cool anymore. That was very outdated feeling. And so the Sonic brand had kind of morphed into making fun of how lame Sonic is. And that's that Sonic Boom show that you've probably seen clips of on YouTube that are just like very funny and just taking the piss out of Sonic and how kind of lame Sonic is or how lame culture is. That then became counterculture, and that became Sonic's identity of like everyone else is being super serious. Well, Sonic's making fun of everyone else in like a very snarky, like Redditor way. But then that started to become annoying, boring, and obnoxious. And people want, you know, the MCUification. People want things to feel kind of like genuine again. Like people want things to be actually cool for real without self-deprecating humor. And Sonic has pivoted that way. So the recent Sonic games are surprisingly serious. They have like Dragon Ball Z like fights without a hint of irony to them. The thing about counterculture is you got to be counter. You got to be counter to whatever the culture is, and maybe that's part of what made Xbox fumble. Is like, you know, like the early 2000s Edge was cool, but that can't be it for the brand.
Wow, that kind of struck a nerve with me, to be honest.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, no, I'm just kind of like sitting here thinking about this, and yeah, how counterculture evolves to, it's like the snake eating its own tail almost, how it kind of starts as its own thing and then gradually becomes the culture, and then you got to have something else to offset that, and then that eventually yeah. Oh man. Never thought of it that holistically before, but wow.
Yeah, like it's important to keep up with the times, and that's why like if you go back and you play Halo Reach and you boot up that Reach UI, it is so like minimalist. And it's just like very, very minimalist and clean and stuff, because like that was the direction that things were going in. And I remember as a young lad feeling like Reach's UI was so new feeling and so futuristic feeling. Like it felt fresh compared to the older UIs of the Halo series. And like now we can look at like minimalism and stuff and we're like, God, like, can we have some personality?
Well, I mean, yeah, there are some games that are still insisting that should be the way forward. You know, it's just like the Xbox brand, and I guess looping it into Halo now. Like, hey, Halo, come on in. Like, sit here. We're talking about you too. Yeah. Just like Xbox's inability to kind of like read the room and stay flexible, stay responsive to whatever is, you know, currently going on in pop culture. Like they're stuck over there on the West Coast, the Seattle tech bubble era. Like they're very much trapped in 2015. Like they think the whole world hasn't moved on. Yeah. I guess it's just one of the issues with having such a big corporate machine is that it takes time to steer it in the other direction, right? I think everything at Microsoft and Xbox is probably an immensely it's every decision is reviewed just like to scary levels of accuracy. Like there is probably such a low risk tolerance in an agency like that, or an organization like that it would just, you know, it would take them forever to get anything done. And so, yeah, just being able to capitalize on that, you know, whatever the counterculture is at the time, you know, by the time they get around to doing it, it's already too late. Like this most recent bunch of marketing. This is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. Wouldn't have felt out of place on like the side of a bus station in 2015. But now I'm looking at it and it's like, fuck off. Just like, this is not, we've got into the cynical age again. And I just
what are you guys doing?
Yeah, like stop.
Stop Are you like embarrassed?
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah.
You all right, buddy? When was the last time you left the house?
Yeah. You know, and that, you know, we can loop it into the Combat Evolved remake and some of our criticisms of it. Like, it is like the cultural stars aligned that early 2000s edge is back just in time for a remake of Halo 1. And it is like, I'm going to fling somebody into the sun that they did not try to take Halo 1 and ramp it up to 11, that late 90s, early 2000s edge. That they were like, we got to do this, but more.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me a bit of the new Metroid game. I recently saw a playthrough of that, and the main menu looks like something straight out of like early 2000s. Like instead of the usual kind of white
Metro
box highlight.
Right?
Yeah. Instead of the white bar kind of highlighting something and very minimalist, you know, like you've got your micro lines and your reticles and all these other kind of things, like just kind of basic geometry littering the frame. It's just like this weird kind of cerebral moving thing in the background. And then there's like lens flares against each of the options. So when you scroll down to select an option, it's like a lens flare highlighting it. Like it's so Michael Bay 2007 kind of aesthetic. And the font as well is a great choice. Like it's so of the era. And I just don't understand why Halo didn't try to do something like that as well.
I'm looking at it now, like some of the options menu stuff is literally like Halo 2 style, like Samus silhouetted with blue lines. This is it's a part of a bigger issue with just like Xbox culture. They're trapped in 2015. They think like this like bland corporate like minimalist approach is what is cool and hip. It's like Iron Man.
Yeah. But even that was like, I think to an extent quite kind of over designed and over engineered and just like designed in a way to look busy sort of, whereas like the Campaign Evolved menu especially does look very it's kind of diegetic adjacent, you know, like it's trying to be a terminal or an interface in the Halo universe. But it's like that was never really the point of the menus in Halo.
The
I feel like, especially
branding of things.
Yeah, and like even down to the legendary icon looking like it was made in Illustrator. Like, no, I'm being dead ass. Fucking look at it. Like compared to the originals, where they look like photos. They look like a bunch of UNSC Marines like got some fucking random items together and a skull of an elite and took the photo with the flash on and were like, oh, that looks so cool. We should make a badge out of that. You know, as opposed to, just corporate bland, smooth edges, cell shaded, bit cartoony, bit quirky maybe. Like it's just, whoa, look at our cartoon emblem, guys.
Is he right behind me?
Oh yeah, it's just it bothers me. It bothers me, and missed opportunity. I hope that they do some more stuff to fix that. But
that's a lot of the disappointment with the supposed summer release is that means that all of the aesthetics might be just completely locked in. And what we played at the HCS is kind of what the final UI is going to look like.
Yeah. Man, I just don't know.
I cannot wait personally for that Halo 2 remake that does not have that iconic original Halo 2 UI. That's what I'm
can't wait.
excited about.
I can't wait to hit start, and instead of the boop, 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 it's something else. You know, it's the Halo
Bing,
Infinite one. Yeah.
Bing, click.
With like 7 layers of different reverb on it. And there's no blue, there's no sliding Forerunner glyphs. That's the thing I love about Halo 2's menu, is just it's like you shouldn't be using it. Like, it doesn't feel human. It feels alien and foreign, and like it's like when you open up a page for a Japanese website on Google and it like tries to translate the best it can. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff in the background that it just can't translate, and it's like,
it's very dreamlike.
Yeah. Metal Heart, of course, like that's a big part of it, but also just it feels like a Forerunner interface or a terminal that you are not meant to be using. And it's cold, and it's kind of, you know, eerie.
Or what the early 2000s thought the future was going to be like. Yeah,
precisely. I miss that. I miss that look for Halo, man. That blue tint and just the edginess of it, and the.
I mean, hey, the Halo remake has a green tint.
Green, bruh. How easy would that have been to just move the slider, move the hex color just a little bit to the left? You know, just a little bit more blue. Just a little bit more blue. But the other thing, you know, I'm just giving spoilers for my next video at this point. The other thing that really bums me out is the vagueness of having the background just be the Halo ring and nothing else. Just that being the only context that you get given as a new player.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
called
that
Halo. There's a thing that looks like a Halo.
Yep, like that is doing work for the story before it's even started. Like cool, the shots of Silent Cartographer or whatever are really nice, but like you're showing too much before we've even had the opportunity to get there. And maybe the background will change as you progress through the levels and whatever, but it's already given too much away, man. Like it feels like a memory trip rather than a new experience. Yeah, God, I need to finish that video, man. I got to get on that and get it done soon, because I'm leaking a whole bunch of points that I have in that video. But it's a shame that the same way that Xbox has kind of left the counterculture and corporatized itself, Halo has kind of done the same. That's a real bummer. I mean, there's that old quote from Phil Spencer, right? Like, we lose our way with Halo, we lose our way with Xbox. Maybe it wasn't too far from the truth.
I always got the vibe that Phil Spencer wasn't the biggest Halo guy.
Nah, yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, he always seemed more enthusiastic about stuff like Gears of War, or some of the more like weird retro.
Yeah, or new games
properties
as well.
Yeah.
Real big about like bringing in new studios to make the new thing. Every interview that I saw him do in like the early to mid 2020s after Halo Infinite's release, and whenever Halo was mentioned, he always used to get super kind of closeted about it, which I always thought was just, initially I thought was secrecy, right? You know, like trying not to spill the beans on anything. But I think it was genuinely because he maybe wasn't the biggest fan of it. It was just sick of being asked about Halo, like, Halo this, Halo that. Why the fuck don't you guys care about these 20 other games we're doing?
Yeah.
Poor Phil.
Poor Phil.
I feel for him, you know?
I hope wherever he ends up, he is happy and stress-free. He's been released from the Xbox dungeon.
Yeah. I mean, God, working at Microsoft for nearly 40 years, I can't even picture that, the amount of change that you would have seen in 5 years, let alone 40. That is just...
The amount of battles people don't know that you waged and won on their behalf behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, God, oath. I think there is a long history of really interesting talented, grounded people who have worked for Microsoft and Xbox in the past. People like Ed Freeze, not so much like Don Matrick, who like make me excited to talk about games and look at new games and stuff like that. And if nothing else, Phil always used to get me excited about new games. And yeah, don't know if that's going to be the same anymore somehow.
Good old Phil standing in the middle of that room or up on a stage or, from his bedroom with something placed on the shelf in the background.
Doing his little hand gestures.
As if a bright light is being shined directly at his face.
And he always used to hold his hands in that particular way, and he
one hand in the pocket
with one hand, yeah,
like he's holding a pretend pencil.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. I wonder how Matt Booty will hold his hands.
I'm not going to go any further, but we both are thinking of jokes. But what Matt Booty might be doing with his hands.
The pressure's on, Matt, because if you get it wrong, buddy, you're going to be known as Matt Cheeks, which...
You got to relieve some of that pressure, too. Yeah. It's not healthy to hold in farts. His name's Booty! Why is his name Booty? What's his family lineage? Why Booty? Where's it from?
You couldn't be more on the nose unless your surname was Caboose. Like, come on.
Yeah, like, was his like great grandfather like of German descent, and it was like ass cheeks.
Hold on, I'm gonna look this up real quick.
His family crest is like a toilet.
Oh God, it's just. The worst part is it's an English surname.
They should have known. So they knew. And their name's Booty, and they knew.
It literally originates from the word butt, meaning tree stump.
Oh, like, Like, at what point are you like, yes, I understand us, the Booties, the recent generation in a long line of booties, like, we're proud of where our family came from, but at some point you gotta change the name because it's not aging well.
Like even just getting rid of the T, making it buoy.
Introducing Matt Bowie.
He just comes out on stage with a white sheet over him.
Maybe it's just like the problem is like booty is not salvageable. Like you just gotta change it to like Smith.
Just get rid of the T and the Y. Just Matt Boo.